Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Welcome to a brand new video of a new game called Cyberika. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but this is a brand new cyberpunk-ish-esque survival game right from Kefir Studio. That's right. So Kefir are the developers of this game that obviously makes Last Day on Earth, Grimsoul, and recently Frostborn Survival. So yeah, this is a brand new game that they've been working on for quite some time. Now I did recall this was the first time that I noticed this would have been introduced at least 6 months ago, and had only recently become made available through I believe in the island region, if I'm not mistaken. I'm from Australia, but I've recently just got myself onto the game. So yeah, I didn't realize that this game had actually reached my neck of the woods, so to speak. But I figured now is a great time for me to jump into it and yeah, showcase the game for you guys. And if you guys are interested in me playing the game a lot more, please let me know by hitting the like button and commenting down below of your thoughts. And if you guys are playing the game, please let me know. So what we're doing at the moment is we're just setting up our little character here. So I do want to sort of try and make him as cyberpunk-ish-esque as possible. So I don't know exactly what that would look like in everyone else's opinion, but for me, I'm just sort of trying to see what type of look that would be suitable. You know what, I think I'm going to go with this. Hair wise, I'm not too sure what type of hair I'd probably want for this guy. I don't want to be too boring, so you know what, let's just go with something out there. Maybe something like, ooh, you know what, I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I think I like that, and I think this is going to obviously match as well. So I don't know how crazy I want to go with this, or what type of other options there might be, but honestly I think that might be the way for me to go. And then we've got these over here. So we've got, what's this? Accelerator increases run speed. Augmentation enables you to deal double damage with melee weapons, or Hemo boost. Augmentation medications restore more health. It's a tough one. I probably want to do this, if I'm being honest. So as I said, this is a brand new game, something a little bit different from the standard survival genre, but there's a lot of survival element in this game as well. So we're going to obviously take a bit of a look-see. We'll try and go through some of the tutorial as well, and some of the bits and pieces, see if we can get a bit of a backstory happening as well at the same time. And yeah, we'll obviously take it from there. So actually, I should have named my fella as well. I don't know if I can do that later on, but anyway, we'll digress. Okay, so my damn og, my head is killing me. This place is a dump, but the navigator says this is the right address. Office is somewhere nearby, just need to find the entrance. So let's go ahead and do that. Before we do that, let's have a quick look of the menu as well. So you've got the so we've got some passes that we can get over the course of our gameplay, gun permits, loyalty cards, prescriptions, membership cards. So quite extensive actually. And then here you've got your journal section over here. So you got your active missions, you got your temp missions, if any, completed missions, if any. The rewards are on the side here. You can obviously track it if you need to. And then you can go back here into the encyclopedia. So you've got the world. This gives you the backstory. If you want to pause the video and have a bit of a read, you can definitely do that. And the Bradbury Complex is what the area that we're actually in. So when we go into the Overmap, I'll sort of explain that a little bit more, but we'll get out of that. And then over here you've got all of your currencies and things like that. So you can have a bit of a look there. So you can obviously go in between. You got your creds, purchases, resources, new. We got the hacked vending machine, so you can actually obtain one of these, and then this does a little randomized what am I call it, sort of like a roulette kind of thing, I guess. So what do we get there? We got a detoxifier level 1, increases your detoxifier by 1 level up to level 1. Body part is on your torso. Okay, so we're gonna, and then obviously you can take it from there if you choose so. So from here, so as you can see, we've got our inventory that you just noticed there. Let me see if I can change my dude's name. I don't think I can, unfortunately. I should have done that at the beginning, but that's okay. It is what it is. Anyway, I'll probably have a play around with that later on. I'm not going to spend too much time. But the initial impressions of the zone, it looks quite nice. Like I said, it's very Cyberpunk-esque. I mean, I haven't played Cyberpunk myself. I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of screen grabs and things like that. So, but yeah, this would be probably the next best thing on mobile if you guys haven't got a access to Cyberpunk itself. All right, so we've got the scumbag over here. Hey, what you doing here? I'm searching for the Makana Biotech's offices, looking for a score. You're too late, we've already grabbed everything, get out of here. Just let me go through, no one gets hurt. Now that you've got him on nerves, someone's about to get hurt. Alright, so we're going to have to attack this fella here, so let's just go ahead and do that. And we can click the button over here and loop. So he's got us some brass knuckles. Awesome, so let's go ahead and open up the gates over here and see what is on the other side. Now, I did play this a little bit. I do have a test device that I sort of like to try out new games from time to time, just to give me a bit of an idea and an understanding on the game itself, so I can sort of be a little bit more helpful for you guys playing the initial video and obviously beyond that. So you might find as well as you're sort of going around, now I'm not too sure if this is a bug or a glitch in the system. It is a beta after all as well, so if you go up to some certain items or bits and pieces here, like these little structures, you can see it's sort of pulsating. You can click and interact on it and open up, and you can get a few bits and pieces as well to help you along. So just keep that in mind as you're sort of going along. So it sort of pays to sort of search and look around and things like that, so you don't really want to miss out on certain things here or there. So we've got this fella over here, so we're gonna have to interact with them. So who are you? Why did Psycho let you in? You mean the dude at the gates looks like he's taking a nap? Oh well, you're going to regret that. So we're going to have to take these fellas out. These guys aren't that heavy hitting, so I don't think you'll have any sort of issues in taking them out. Just so long as you've got the you're hitting the melee button and holding it down, you guys should be okay. But before we sort of get to that part there, actually, was that I'm not too sure if that was the section there I had to go through. Anyway, we're going to discover together. We're going to walk around. We're going to see what else we can sort of take a look around and see if there's anything else I can loot, things like that. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, I can loot that. So you've got the garbage bin as well, and these things here. So these are cards. So this is like currency. Bank cards they can use. So they can hold creds, use at the ATM to transfer money into your account. So I guess that's important. So if you die, you probably lose these, I would imagine. You got the smart bandage there, you got the battery, and you got your heals. So if you munch on that, you obviously start healing back. And then we've got this melee bat here. I don't know if we can. Oh yeah, you can put that in your secondary. That's cool. Okay, so that pops up there. Very good. What I probably would want to do with that is I'll probably just swap it over for that, if anything. Okay, so this looks like this is a bit of a dead end, so that's fine. So we'll head back to where we were, and we'll sort of continue on and see what else the game has to offer. But I'm really excited for this. I really want to see how this game sort of progresses, how it sort of develops over time. As I said, it's a very new game. I don't know if everyone would have this game available in their region, so check your Google Play Store to see if you do have the ability to download. I'm not too sure if it is available on iOS, so probably something that you guys want to check out. But a lot of these beta S games and new launch games, they still sort of tend to be out on Android first before iOS, so keep that in mind. Okay, bingo, here are the offers. Got to go inside. Alright, perfect. Just want to see if I can interact with anything else before we head into the next part of the what do you call it, of the game in this tutorial stage. I sort of like to that I like to call it. No, I can't interact with that. Alright, so let's go in. And here you can actually cycle these through while the game is loading into the next part, so you can actually read some of these things as well if you want to sort of get some further insights and some further info as to what you can do and how you can sort of muck around in the game and whatnot. So yeah, again, keep all that in mind. Alright, so we've got the door over here, so that looks to be the only door. Again, like I said, I just want to sort of quickly make a note of anything that I don't want to miss out on. Doesn't appear that I can. Oh yeah, I can walk around here. Actually, I didn't get this. I didn't look through this part here in my test game. I was just sort of running through, and you know, as you do, all guns blazing. And there's nothing else I can sort of interact with here, which is a bit of a disappointment, but that's okay. You don't know if you don't check things out, so let's continue on and walk through here. Okay, so I'm just really looking for anything that will sort of illuminate for me, and aside from the door itself, all well and good. Alright, there's not much else I can sort of get from here. Now there's a couple of ways I can go. I think I'm going to head to the right first. Alright, so let's just go ahead and do that. And is there anything in here that I can snatch and grab? Doesn't appear that way. And I guess for you guys as well, this would sort of help you guys out in your initial gameplay, as you're sort of checking out, you know, to sort of see is there anything that you guys can claim and pick up before, you know, leaving this space. Because I think this is one of these areas where you can only sort of access it once, and as you sort of you know, getting yourself introduced into the game. So let's go ahead and read this. Okay, so who are you? How did you get in here? Incredible. Did it work? Of course it worked. Why wouldn't it? Hold up, I know you. You're the CEO of that company, Kay Poxman. Yes, and you are a lucky witness to my scientific breakthrough. But you died. It was all over the news. Your company went bankrupt. You shot yourself. Shot myself? No. Give me a second to connect to the net. Wait, it's 2084? Well, that's just... Hey, maybe you want to clue me in on why I'm talking to a ghost? Oh, you're the one who matters. I just learned that I'm dead. Fine, 5 years ago you had a chip installed in your head. The one that saved your life, right? Well, that chip also had another consciousness to it. Mine, it was a backup, a spare save, and judging by all this backup consciousness activated after the death of the real me. What a fascinating story. Now get out of my head. Right, about that, I'm afraid I have to refuse. You see, this chip is the only reason you're alive, and that means you owe me. Listen here, buddy. My head isn't some hotel for dead billionaires. Believe me, I enjoyed being in my own head better too. You're a mercenary, right? Well, I want to hire you. Do some work for me and I'll leave your head. I'll even pay for more creds than you can count. Deal? What's this work you need done? Not here. You've managed to attract some attention as it is. My secret apartment is close by. No one knows about it except me. It'll be safe for us there. Head there and we'll talk once more when you arrive. Okay, so let's head out. So if we decide to go back here, you can see that we've got a few guys here. Okay, someone's behind the door. I have to find another exit, so it's going to push us to go over this way. So let's head over this way. Now, I don't think there was anything else that I could obtain from this space here, but double checking, and for your benefit as well, guys. So let us suss out if there's anything here, and then we'll skedaddle. I don't think they come after you, actually, which I reckon for the game, it probably would have been a good thing if they did that. So this is your overmap. So it doesn't look very very detailed, but it looks cool. It's cool nonetheless, sorry. So you've got a couple of other places that we can go to. Eventually, once we sort of continue on with the game, this will continue to sort of expand, and there'll be other places for you to visit. There is, what do you call it? There is PvP available as well in this game. So I don't know if we'll get into that into this initial video, but we might get into it a little later on. This is cool. This is something different that no other game has done so far, to my knowledge, where we're sort of in a loading section that we're sort of traveling from one space to another. You can actually take the wheel yourself, and you can turn and do that. If you leave it, it'll automatically go into auto mode at any time, so you can do that. If you want to make it go faster, hit the accelerator a little bit, and you can see that the time sort of goes down. Or you can use your credits to skip, so you can go into the next section there, or you can change the music as well as you're going along. So it's quite engaging, which I like. I actually quite like that. So I'm guessing maybe as time goes on, and as you sort of increase in your game level and whatnot, I think that loading area might become a little bit more difficult, because you can, as you would have seen, there's spots for mods, nitrous, things like that. So yeah, I guess I figured that might have been a neat little point of interest for you guys. Anyway, what a wonderful apartment. Do all billionaires live like this, or are you the odd one out? This apartment has everything you need, including inconspicuousness. Yeah, nobody in their right mind would ever wander into this dump. I'm glad you like it. You can stay here for as long as you need. This place isn't in my will, so consider it yours now. Is that a hint that I'm going to have to stay here a while? I remember you mentioning something about work. What exactly do you need done? Well, here's the situation. If the news is to be believed, I shot myself after my company went bankrupt, right? Well, there are two problems with that. First, my company would never have gone bankrupt, and I would never have committed suicide even if it had. In other words, this all stinks of a cover-up. Someone destroyed my legacy and killed me, and I'm hiring you to figure out who it was. As you said, you're a 5-year-old copy of yourself, right? Well, a lot can happen in 5 years. Don't you think it's possible that you lost your marbles? Trust me, I've always been in my right mind. Well, up until now, that is. Figure out what happened and I'll pay you handsomely, enough for you to never have to work as a hired gun again. Oh, and I'll get out of your head forever. Deal? What if I refuse? I'm in your head. I can help you. I can also make your life a living hell. Just figure this out and we can go our separate ways. I'm starting to think I don't really have a choice in all this. Where should I start? First, we'll need this computer fixed. Fix it. There are parts probably somewhere in the locker next to it. Alright. So we've got the locker over there. We've got our vehicle over here, so if we want to jump back into the vehicle, we can. Which I actually like the fact that we've got a vehicle to begin with. So I'm hoping over time that we'll be able to mod or even get different vehicles that might have more trunk space as well, because you can put stuff in there as well. And obviously trying to find a backpack for us as well at the same time. So yeah, there's neat little things in here. So there is credits that you can take with you. You've got some we've got some painkillers, so if I want I can probably split some of those up. I might take that with me. I'm going to pop some of that back in there, and probably that back in there as well. And if we follow over here, you've got a shower, so we have to reassemble this as well. So we need some screws. What else we need? We need plastic panels, batteries, and we need some LEDs for that. And then here we've got the fridge, so we can eat, things like that. So this is our food tube light kitchen, so again you need that to assemble. Now can't really interact with the little arrow with the little cogwheel at the bottom there, so that's okay. And then we've got a screen TV over here with a couch, and I think these are the components that we're going to need to build this computer. So let's go ahead and assemble him. There we go, not bad. Repair skills like that, and you could leave the mercenary life for a career in system administration. I know, you know, it's too bad you're a projection and I can't punch you in your smug face. Yeah, I'm super lucky to be dead. Listen, you're not from this city and I can't get anything legally without an ID. Thankfully, the darkest corners of the net are home to the exact kind of people who could help. Use the computer to reach out to the Shadow. They're a hacker group who can get you access to the black market. I bet if you do a little work for them, they won't be in your debt for long. Very good. So I'm going to pop those back into here. So let's go enter the chat with Shadow. Connect. So this is kind of cool. So this is sort of like Matrixy sort of like as well. So if you guys want to read all of this as well, you guys can definitely go ahead and read this. I won't sort of jump out of this real quickly, so at least this way you guys have a bit of an idea on what's happening. I'm going to do a bit of a skim read myself and just make sure that that I know what I'm doing for the next part. Okay, very good. Okay. So then we can go into the black market here, and then you can buy these things as well, and then this will allow us to fix up the next part, which is that thing over there. So I believe if we go and interact with it, I think this just grants us the ability to assemble it, if I'm not mistaken. So we can go back. Let's go back to shadow. There we go. Alright, so we've got the body for it now. And then obviously now we have to go ahead and find all the bits and pieces and build it back up. So we can go to the cyber slum for components. There's a gang called the Razorheads who's moved in. And they deal with spare stolen parts. They might have something that we can find useful or good. The gun's still broken. Okay, so go downtown, go to a gun store. Cool. So let's get out of that and close that off. And essentially now we can go ahead and I believe we can go downtown. Yep. So as we sort of go along and we get our rewards, these rewards will be found in our inventory as we sort of progress along. Now in terms of crafting and creating, I haven't actually seen a crafting menu just yet. But here you've got your cyber modules. So if you guys, once you sort of get into this a little bit further, we can sort of invest into this. As you can see, I've got one augmentation here. And then as you go here, you can so we can only manage these into the bio chamber, as you can see at the bottom here. But as you can see, I'm just sort of giving you guys a bit of an idea on what is available here. So we've already got the melee mastery there, and then you've got all these as well that we might be able to find later on. And we've got the cyber modules here that we can pick up as well. So all these sort of things we'll sort of learn as we sort of go along, but I figured I'd just sort of show you. So we've got downtown over here. So this hasn't opened up anything just yet, but we can always head over to the downtown section. And then if we want to skip, we can skip. But like I said, you can actually even go into the oncoming traffic area as well. So I can sort of move along. Now you can crash, but you won't actually destroy your car or anything like that. You can just sort of cruise around. It'll sort of stop you, and you won't be able to move, and then the game will automatically shift your car back to where it should be. So I figured, yeah, I'll just explain that. But you can change bits and pieces. You can go into the settings here. You can change everything here. So I'm going to go back to I'm going to set up to 60 FPS. I don't want to do any sort of simplified graphics or anything like that. You've got your sound levels here, T's and C's, tech data. You can disconnect from the Play Store. So that's all there for you. So this looks a lot more smoother now that I've just gone back to 60 frames, which is good. I mean, I'm using the Red Magic 5G, so this phone is more than capable of playing this game at 60 frames without an issue. But as you can see, it's a lot more smoother now as opposed to what it was beforehand. And as we're sort of moving away, it's going to pull us into the zone itself, and then we can sort of interact and see what's what. Alright, so you got these here. Now some of these places you can go ahead and deposit your credits, and then you can see your balance just changed here just above where the painkillers are. So yeah, so you've got that there, but I don't believe all ATMs will allow you to do that as well. And more on that a little bit later on as we sort of go find them. So you can purchase things as well. So you can purchase either one, or you can go buy 10 if you really want to, but that'll blow your credits. So just keep that in mind as you're sort of progressing along. But you will find other ATM machines as you sort of go along and run about in your adventures, so to speak. So if you do end up finding that, so something like this, so some of them you can, but some of them you'll just find some credits in there, so you won't find the ability to make deposits each and every time. Other places might just be what do you call it, just a place that you can sort of pick up credits as you go along. There's a girls club over here. Now we can't obviously interact with that yet. Now I'm not too sure if that's something that we'll have to unlock later, or if it's still not available in the game. But again, as you're sort of going around, you can just sort of do some of your own exploration and make sure that you're not actually missing out on anything. Here's another ATM machine. Again, you can deposit things in here. I think this is more of like a safe zone, where this is sort of like a little hub, so to speak. I can't really interact with this fellow over here, so that's all well and good. And then we've got the apparel store. If you want to make any purchases, you can, and this would be for your armor. There's a sale on, so I can purchase something like that if I really want to. We've got the ATM over here again, and then we've got this place over here, and then you can obviously change your character here. I can actually make my change here, so if I do that, just do that, and let's go and do that. There we go. So now I've perfectly set myself up and I'm good to go with my namesake, which is awesome. But let's go over and find the gun place and purchase the gun. Here we go. Okay, so welcome to my humble establishment. Over 100 methods of solving your problems. Assuming you have enough creds. I was hoping to get something for free, please. No, not again. Tell your friends I'm going to go out of business if I keep giving guns to randos for free. I get them to do one thing for me and now I'm hooked for life. Fine, I'll get you something, but don't come here again without any credits. So let's go ahead and buy that, and that's our free item there. And then if you want to purchase other things, as you can see, you can make purchases. You can refresh it if you want to get a different refresh later on. And if you come back later, you might be able to pick up something at a discounted price, which is amazing. Alright, so let's get ourselves out of here. And as you can see, now that the map sort of opened up, so you've got the outskirts, you've got the backstreets. Obviously, the difference in colors will determine how hard or difficult the zones might be for yourselves. So you've got the shacks. So you'll need an access card to enter the district. So there are certain limitations. Death warrant required for entry. This district over here, you need an access card again. And then you've got the prison, so you must be detained while committing a crime to get into the prison. So I think there might be somewhere in the storyline that you're going to have to actually be caught by someone, so you can go into the prison there for, I guess the next part of the your missions or your quests or anything like that. Death warrant required. Death warrant required. Whoops. And you got combat zones as well. Vice place. So right now we're sort of restricted into where we sort of can and can't go. So let's just continue on and head over there. Head over to the outskirts. So this is obviously going to take 2 minutes in order for us to go. But if we want, you can hit the accelerator and you can get there just a little bit quicker. Whoop. So obviously you got to be careful when you do that as well. So you can go there pretty quickly. And you can go at full speed, which is pretty amazing, but you just got to be careful in terms of your driving as well, because you don't want to crash into anyone and you don't want to wreck or anything like that. I haven't actually tested the theory if I were to crash into someone like that, will it damage my car or anything like that, but I think it just stops in time as well, so I think you just got to be careful in doing so. And as you can see, the timer goes up if you make any sort of hits or anything like that. So yeah, it's just one of those things. So if you're skilled enough, you can. Oop, no. As you can see, I'm not the best at the moment, but as you can see, you can sort of navigate your way through, and you can sort of reach the destination a little bit quicker. So, like I said, it's actually quite interactive, especially just for a traveling scene. There we go, and I think we are there we go, perfect. So yeah, there you are. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go through this place, clear it out I guess, and take it from there. So we've got mutated hounds as well that we've got to be careful of, not only these guys here, so razorhead freaks. So we're going to take all, so we're going to kill 5 of these guys. Naturally I'm going to just try and kill all of them, and I just want to well, I don't want to die just yet, but I just want to discover everything and loot everything as well at the same time. So we've got a loot container over there as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and eat that just to get some heals back up. But as we're low level, I'd probably end up leveling up quite quickly, I would imagine. So I shouldn't have a problem in there's a tech repair place. I don't know if we can interact with that. We can't. That's fine. So we'll move along and see what else is around. Now, like I said, a lot of it's all. Doesn't seem that you can find a lot of things, or a lot of loot boxes like this are not very apparent. So I think the game is sort of trying to get you to, move around and try to, notice things as well at the same time. So once you sort of gotten an idea of as to that, you can sort of interact with this. You can interact with the dump bin over there. It'll sort of make you more inclined to actually find other things that you can loot and whatnot. So yeah, so just keep your eyes out for certain things. Obviously you don't want to leave the zone just yet, but you just want to make sure that you've tried to discover anything and everything. I don't think we can get ourselves moved across onto the other side, even though that there's a little bit of a space in the in the fence line, but it is what it is. And then we've got this fella over here that we can take out. So this should be the last race of freak that we need to take out. We've got our level up and we've been fully healed, which is awesome. And the task has been completed for that. But as I said, it doesn't stop us from not attacking everyone else. So you may as well just do that. Oop. Let's see if we can open up this. Got the little bandage there. Here's another little ATM machine. So as I said before, some ATM machines that you can deposit things, other ones like this, you would just find yourself some credits and then that's pretty much it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and if you do run out of space, make sure you go back to your car as well. And this way you can drop some things back into your vehicle. Oh, look at all the stuff that we've got here. Wow. Alright, so we're going to definitely have to, we've got pistol ammo too. Okay, cool. So we're definitely going to need to go back and drop a few things back onto our vehicle there, so we can we can take more things. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So the vehicle's not that far away, which is a good thing. So I'm probably going to drop some of these things that are not warranted just yet, and then I'm just going to keep that with us. I'm going to drop that into there, and we've got some extra space. Perfect. Alright, so let's move back over here. So you guy can't really run around as fast. I mean, I guess if I took the this sprint augmentation to begin with, I think that may have been a bit of a benefit to us at the beginning. I'm sure later on, as you're sort of playing and progressing through the game, you'll probably find that you will have that ability to manipulate and change your characters. So again, this is just sort of leaning on the actual Cyberpunk gameplay and setup, and how you sort of would conduct yourself as you're sort of playing on with the game. So let's go ahead and see what's in here, and open up that. Okay, so there's more of these little razor head freaks, whatever you want to call them. Go. I think we've got a critical hit on that too, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up him. Now you can't sneak. That's one thing I've noticed in this as well. So you don't have the ability to do any sort of sneaky deaky or anything like that. But if you do hold that down, it gives you options here that you can select. We need to go up to level 15 before we can before we can use the second mod slot as well. So certain limitations for now, but otherwise you just sort of have to take these guys on face value, which is a bit of an annoyance, but it is what it is. Let's just drop that into that for now. Let's just go ahead and eat. And I just want to see if I can get anything and everything as much as I can. So that was empty. So sometimes you get credits in that, sometimes you don't. That's empty as well. I don't think you can get anything from here. That's fine. It'd be nice if you could actually loot cars as well. Now I don't know if that's something that they will end up changing in the game later on. That can't tell you. But like I said, it's still very, very early stages, this game. So there's not much else going for it right now, as opposed to what we've discovered so far. But like I said, I don't know if it's available in all regions and countries just yet. So again, you're just going to need to keep this all in mind and just sit back and enjoy the game. Just enjoy, you know, just sort of knowing that the game is starting to become more available in other regions and areas. I guess that's got to be a positive sign for you guys that may not have access to the game yet. So again, like I said, just keep that in mind, that you might not be able to play it right away, but if other regions and places are getting it over time, well, I'm guessing that's going to be a greater benefit for everyone else. So I'm just going to eat the candy and just heal back up. Now I can't interact with anything else on this side, so let us move around over this way and see what else is here. Okay, so let's just take out these guys. I think this is going to be it, to be honest. There we go, we've got some further credits and that's it. So it's telling us that we're going to talk to Kay at home. So I guess this is going to be a good time for us to go ahead and leave it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, checking out the video. I figured I'd do a raw cut of this video, so I'm showing you guys absolutely everything. And hopefully you guys appreciate it all the same. So let me know by hitting the like button, comment down below, let me know if you guys are actually playing the game. If you guys haven't got it yet, let me know where you're from, so we've got a bit of context here as to where you guys are based. So currently, as I'm aware, Australia, obviously where I'm based here, and I know that Ireland has had this for a little while, but let me know if any other regions and continents have this game and are actively playing it. And if you guys are playing it, make sure you throw me some tips, some helpful hints, not only for myself but for everyone else as well, so they can make the best possible start to the game. Anything that I missed in this video, let me know by dropping some comments there as well. And most importantly, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, if you're not new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alrighty guys, take it easy, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.